Mamas, come and save your child. Baby Earth is reeling and wailing and needs your tender embrace. Mothers of the universe, Mother Nature's eyes, come save your child. Come save your child. I said, come sisters, come and take back your child. This great.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Thursday. Welcome to all of you. Look at these pretty ladies. These people, they're from Grand Bassa County today in their red.
I'm not from Grand Bassa County, no ma'am. No.
They got on that red. They're from Mete Baroya today. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of GBC Women with Words. We're here again. It's Thursday. Every Thursday, we are here today. This is us. This is us today. Y'all ready?
Yeah, happy Friday Eve.
Happy Friday Eve.
My favorite day of the week.
Absolutely. Yes. Hello, Agatha and Eva. How you doing, Eva? Looking so nice. Look at that hairdo.
I like this hair though, Eva.
I know. You look so innocent and sweet.
Very innocent.
Look at trouble. So lies.
Why you call it woman liar? Yeah.
She talk about she very innocent when she definitely telling everybody that ugly people can say that.
Me, I want to know who ugly.
Okay, I said my auntie say, I said.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are in the month of March, and you know what? I mean, ironically, we're starting the show with 3 women in the month of March, the Women's Month. So this is what you get today. We are your guests. Eva, we got something new that Agatha didn't get. Agatha, next time when you come in the show, you need to read. You didn't read today, so you didn't add that you are a host. You see the new things we have?
So I'm the guest today. How about that? I'm the guest.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Glendy Jane Jr. The most important thing I love to do, and that is to call my name. I'm here today with who's here today?
Agatha Joseph.
Eva.
Agatha and Eva looking so beautiful.
Agatha.
No, they can't even say Agatha. They say Gara.
What is your Gara? Gara, what are you doing? Anyway, welcome everybody. You want to share the show today? We're starting the show. First of all, we want to also say we want to create an awareness that this month is Women's Month. So men, if you're out there, you need to treat your women right. Women, if you're out there, you need to treat yourself right. You need to be able to make sure that people hear you and can see you from way off, far off. So welcome everybody. Welcome to our show today. We have several questions. If there's a question that you would like to hear our responses on, put it in the live feed. We will look at it, but we have some questions that we will be talking about. First of all, we want, and what better way to start the Women Month than to recognize some women, these women that we have now that's going to be, I don't even know the English word. They're going to be beautifying our page with their pictures. Women that continue to support our page. There are a lot of women that follow us, encourage us. Believe it or not, they check my English. They send me messages. A lot of them, we want to continue to recognize all of you. So for the month of March, we have our profile picture. We want to recognize Chale Sibo, honey. This woman is a sweetheart. You will, anytime you find yourself around her, you will laugh your heart out. Want to also recognize Macy Doma. Macy is actually in Liberia doing some work with some girls, young girls. We have Enid Jones. She's been on this show. Skink. Let me not leave the woman husband name out. Is it Mitch? Skink.
Yeah.
She's been here on the show. She's been co-host helping us once or twice. We have Miss Evangeline on here, beautiful Miss Evangeline. We have Miss Samela in the corner here. I think she just celebrated, 35 years of marriage or 31. She's been going a long time.
Ooh.
Then we also have the chef from Royal Lounge. The chef, they've been on the show. They have a business. They have the largest Liberian business, Liberian restaurant in the States. The chef is expecting a boy child.
Yay! Congrats!
Yes, congratulations. So that people will bring here to talk to him on this show.
Oh, yes.
Of course, we have our backup Maya. So Cecilia Claude, this lady, I'm telling you, is probably Eva's assistant on the page. Yes, I am telling you, want to recognize Cece for all that she does. Some days I wake up, she finished posting like 20 things. She keeps the page. They say, well, thank you, Cece. We recognize you this month for all you do. And of course, we have the most sexier woman in the whole of America, Marjorie Fuller Donkey. I'm trying to sweeten her up because I want to pay for small soup. So,
No, we're not getting our cake, so you can't get no soup.
Lord. Want to recognize Marjorie for all she does. Also, and of course, Sis Pauline. She's been on the show before for her work she does with the church. So this here is the face of our women at GBC. We recognize all of you. We thank you so much. And we hope that others will emulate your good examples. The show, I think what this does for us is, this is not just about us here on Women with Word because we are hosts, but it just says that this is your show as equally as it is our show. So congratulations to these beautiful, beautiful ladies. All righty. Who can guess the color for the month? Colors for the month.
Purple in there somewhere?
Nope.
You're not green?
You?
Nope.
Black?
Well, I said green because March, what's the thing? The Irish
Red?
thing. The Ides of March.
Nope.
We no tell are that black?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody in the live feed here know the colors? You know the colors for the month of March?
March get color?
March got color black and gold. No. Marjorie, no, you're wrong. We need 3 more people to guess. And you know what? I want to recognize Beatrice Kanga Gray. This lady is watch. This tells you how dedicated this woman is to GBC. This woman here, Beatrice Kanga Gray, we want to highlight you. Congratulations for your award. But we also want to say we feel honored that you're all the way in Liberia. We know there's a time change and you're actually committed to watching us. That's how important we are. You see? We're feeling so beautiful. Thank you, B. Beatrice, thank you, Yamacha.
Thank you, Beatrice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beatrice. So, what's the color? Can you all guess? Let's guess. What is the color? What are the colors?
We got to color entire colors of the rainbow.
Light blue and white.
Anybody else? Yes. So
blue.
Yes. You have it right there. You have the colors. If you watch me, I always put the colors of the month up. So the colors of the month of March is anything white and sky blue. That's it.
But I said why you told me no.
I told you to waste more because I wanted to see if somebody else was going to watch it.
She said waste more.
Well, you said my guess, so I'm guessing.
So the colors for the month, they're not pink, Marjorie. You move from black to gold to pink, man, you're wrong. Marjorie, you're wrong.
That's great for me because of the Irish people.
White and sky blue.
But then, I mean, every year, like, the other computer scientists here talking about our green. So you think every year the Irish people celebrate green? Green will be our color?
Yeah, the Ides of March is always green. The shamrock and all of that green.
According to all of the, what they call the people name? The fashion designer, the colors for the month of March is sky blue and anything white. So off white, ivory, whatever.
That what me and you want get on red. Not even red. Red. That red we get under there.
Yeah, took the color way off the box. The next thing we want to recognize, March has a lot of things. So they have a lot of national things that they're honoring, national this, national that. But what we want to do every week in the month of March, we're going to highlight a particular stuff that is the national March month is new for us. So today we want to highlight epilepsy. March is Epilepsy Awareness Month. If you don't know what epilepsy is, it's something that has to do with seizures and stuff, brain disorder. So please don't quote me. And I to work. I just telling you what I know from my
How do
head.
you call it in Liberia?
How did I call it epilepsy?
When the people be having their episodes.
Seizure?
No, I can't
Let
remember.
me see. The checking? The people checking?
Oh my gosh.
The people that check. No, Anna, seriously, let me talk a little bit. Epilepsy, we had somebody that used to live with my aunt, and he used to have bad seizures. And so, you're like, brother, boy, if you can remember back then when people having seizure, what they used to do, postpone them off.
So they don't bite their tongue.
They don't bite it. And then then I come to America and learn that that's the wrong thing to do. You don't want to. You should just make sure that their surrounding area is safe, that they don't have anything to harm themselves. You shouldn't be putting the spoon in the mouth. They could choke from that. So I was like, I in Liberia, they first said, go get a spoon.
I've never seen that in Liberia, so I wouldn't be able to tell you otherwise.
Postpone them up. But anyway, let's continue with the show. So like we said, we want to highlight this also 2023 National Women's Month. They're going to be talking about gender equality in an all-inclusive society. And this is exactly where we're leading to today. Our first question for the show today. We're going to start with Agatha. And the first question is, why do we not have enough women at the table? The table can be at work. The table can be
why or do we not have, or
why do we do we think we have enough women at the table? Let's start from there.
It depends what table we're talking about.
So
but here's my take on that. I'm not the person to wait for a table to be set. I set my own table. So if I'm creating my own space, I'm not waiting for anyone to invite me to have a seat at the table. Secondly, it's unfortunate, but when women are in power, in charge, very seldom do we embrace bringing other women to share that space with us for whatever insecurities we may have. So that's another reason. And then, it goes without saying that women has always been looked at as second to man. Even here in the States, the pay grade is white man, black men, white women before black women. So, we're making 70 cents to the dollar to a white man. So my thought process on that, why wait to be invited to a table? I'll set my own damn table.
There you go. Eva, you think
I agree with what Gato has.
Go ahead.
No, I agree with her because set your own table. Go by your own pace. Now, if you want to talk about like before this, like in certain Africa, let me say Liberia, there is an even greater gap with gender equality, especially in positions of power. Women are not even given the chance to they're not even given the tools to even try to build their own tables most of the time. Even if they try to build that table, you have, some men in power or so trying to even break that table down because they figure you're supposed to always be beneath them. So in the US, it's more of a, not to say it even, it's a little less of a gap, but the gap is still there. You can build your own table by, hey, I don't need to be in corporate America. Let me start my own business because, it's vicious in corporate America trying to climb that ladder as a woman, let alone a Black woman. So create your own table any way you can,
I
if you
like
can.
that. I like that response, and I think it's. I agree. Also, people should also not just be sitting and waiting to be invited to the table. People
Hmm.
should be. I mean, if you think you're capable of doing something, go there and get it. Like Agata said, set your own table. I mean, whether you like it or not, people they're gonna see you. They're gonna see your perspectives. They're gonna see how you perform. You're gonna outshine a lot of people when because the first thing that they're gonna see is they're gonna see that you're capable, the fact that
Yes.
I'm not sitting waiting for you. So as we look at Women's Month and they're talking about equality across the board, if you think you're competent enough to apply for a job, don't hold yourself back and say, I think they only one man for this job here, or I'm not qualified. You need to be able to go out there. But Agatha said something while she answered the question that I want us to talk a little bit about. She talked about something about support from women. Why do we think that women are not as supportive as they should be to women as a whole?
That's a loaded question because everyone is different. First of all, not even just women, woman to woman, but women to man to whoever else, their family, their friends, co-workers. You have to be confident and also satisfied with who you are. Until you get to that point, you will always be or feel inferior and then act that way, meaning
Mhm.
not want another person to share the space with you.
That's
Not
competition.
encouraging your sister, or you see someone. I'll give you an example. A lot of people have small businesses that we see on Facebook. All of us on Facebook, we know that. I can tell you, regardless of who it is, if you go to my page, I always repost other people's businesses, regardless of who they are. I have yet to see anyone repost my business. And we're not in the same space, we're not in the same market. But it's that mentality that, oh, and sometimes some of the things I share, I would never purchase them. They're not my style. But my thought process is I got over 1,000 friends. Somebody knows somebody that will be
That would.
able to,
Mhm.
that will like what I'm sharing. So for that reason, I share. So it comes back to the person, Glendy. You have to be comfortable with who you are. You have to be confident in who you are before you will openly bring people in to share a space with you.
Eva?
I mean, for me to say women don't support, other women, I have some amazing women within my circle that do support and
I
that
got
are
somebody,
there.
hold on. Somebody responding to you to say I reposted your earrings. So
Marjorie, she.
Marjorie, not only has she reposted, but okay, I'm sorry, Eva, let me just clarify something. I'm speaking in general. Okay, I'm not,
she's not
pointing
talking to
finger.
us.
Yeah, I'm not pointing finger at people in my circle. When you talk about people in your circle, those are people you can pick up the phone and call. I'm talking about people that you're
Mhm.
not close to, somebody that you just know. So there's a difference. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
She said,
Eva.
"Oh,
But
Why don't remember from here, man?
I know, man. Where, Eva?
yeah." So I have, people in my circle that are there, and that's what you have to do. You have to surround yourself with those people that are going to be there for you, and no matter what, and always. Now, for me, I come on this Facebook, this and that, but if I come in your space and I see that negative energy, it's not about what you're selling or what you're not doing. I'm not going to try to be, so that way with you, or whatsoever. So it's just about, and if you're selling something or whatever, I may not like it. If I see it, I share it.
Right.
But that's a whole different thing. But for me, it's the blatant sometimes where people go out there to maliciously, not support somebody.
Mm,
Like, I'm not gonna call names. When I moved back home in Liberia, and people who are there, there's a clique that's
mm,
there with certain women. When they see a new woman coming in to try to do certain things or try to be there, you know, they don't allow you in that circle, or they go around saying this and about you. But if you're comfortable, confident within yourself, that's not
mhm.
going to stop your hustle. You're going to hustle, and you're just going to leave them there in the dust while they're trying to figure out what you're doing and what your next move is. So just keep moving.
One of the things I learned about, and for one of the things that that guides me is that I am content with who I am. And I'm content with who I am. I envy nobody for nothing that they have, whether riches, whether education, whether
Right.
they're more beautiful,
My
whether
brother, my sister these days, let me put something in there. These days you can't envy nobody. You know where they got it from. So just
whether these days or before, I'm just saying it's like if you're comfortable with who you are, then you should not be worried about wanting to be supportive to other people. And it's just like it all comes to
yes.
being comfortable and not wanting anything. The multiples of people things that I share, or that I would just, if I see it, I'll share it, or the things that we assist people with doing.
Right.
I never want anything back.
Right.
And if I'm comfortable with not wanting anything back, so I'm free to share whatever. And I think, and Agatha says a good point is like sometimes people will say, well, she didn't do this for me, so I'm not going to do it for her. Does it really matter?
No. No.
Does it really matter?
You
It's
know.
almost like were you waiting, almost like you were doing something for her because you wanted her to do it
Do
back
something
for
for
you.
you. Yeah.
And so one of the two things I tell people, even my kids know, is that I don't like for people to tell me thank you. I don't like it. It's almost like when people say thank you to me, it's almost like then I'm anticipating that they need to give it back to me, or that. So I'm not one that likes compliments, and I say all the time. So I have my hair braided. I went to work today and I didn't have my hair tie on. And the first person, oh, you look nice. Second person, I said, oh, okay, hair tie, let's go. Let's go. And the woman was like, why you do that? And I said, no, because the focus is not on me. It's not something that I like. So I think if you're comfortable in your skin, you should be easily able to be supportive to a lot. But you have a lot of women say, oh, women are not supportive, but that's not true for every
No.
woman.
No, it's not
That's
true.
not true for every woman. There are a lot of women here who support a lot of things that other people will do,
Yes.
and and it's almost like they'll just generalize and say women. No, I know we are
No.
supportive. I know there's so
Yeah.
many things we do. Like
Yeah.
I told somebody the other day, you have a business we can share. The lady couldn't believe that
We
we've
do it
been
for
doing it
free.
for almost 2 years and we haven't gotten a dime from it.
Right.
And we share it all the time. But
Not at
it's
all.
like I just say you have to be comfortable. You
Well,
have to be
Glendy, there's something that I experienced, oh gosh, maybe about 15, 20 years ago in my professional life. I learned that someone that I was doing the same exact job as got a substantial amount of money raise, and I didn't. And there was chatter in the office, and it finally got to me. And this girl was really surprised at my response. I was like, I'm happy for her. You're not mad? No. And that's when I was truly I'm gonna use that was before I turned a heathen. I was a believer, and I really believed that if God intended for me to have it and he thought I was responsible enough to do well with it, he would have given it to me.
Yep.
Hmm.
It
Yep.
wasn't and I didn't feel bad about it because let me tell you, I was a jackass then, worse than I am now. So I know I wasn't mature enough to handle that. And I was okay with it. And I tell my kids all the time, my daughter is going through the same thing in her workplace. And I told her, I said, Mama, you ain't ready for it yet. When
Mhm.
you're ready and mature and able to
Will
handle
come.
it, you will
Yeah.
get it, and then
Yeah.
you will handle it correctly. So until we are off that mindset, it's going to be difficult for us to, you know,
Mhm.
invite people to the table. And not every single woman is like that,
Yeah.
because you have some men that are just, you know, that they don't help each other like they should. It's a personal thing. I don't think it's a gender thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't think that should even be a yardstick to measure, because somebody didn't help you and they need you now to help, then you're gonna say, no, I'm not gonna do it. Like
Exactly.
you see Agatha, myself, and Eva here all the time, or even Michael here. And it's like, oh, you know what? They're always sharing other people's business. They never share mine. Maybe we haven't seen it. So
Exactly.
send it to us. Don't just assume that. Like I like people most of the time. One or two people are, and you know, one of the things that you do, and I get in trouble all the time. Agatha and Ewa, they don't have a problem with it. They don't even worry about it. They just let me do that stuff. When I do the birthdays, I get a lot of messages from people. Oh, my birthday, Kim, you listen. I said, send me your picture, man. Don't get fed. Just send your picture. I will post it. There's
Yep.
no way I'm gonna know everybody's birthday on the
Exactly.
page. You send it, even if it's late, we're gonna share. So don't assume that
Right.
someone is not helping you, or they know you. That's why they're not helping you, or they just don't want to help you. They probably don't know what your needs are.
Right.
So that's, but there's some interesting, before we go to the next question, I can Iwa Akata can take that up. But there's some interesting information that I gathered from Forbes magazine.
Okay, we big time now. We going to Forbes.
I know
Yeah,
we're going to
we go into Forbes, man. We got, you know,
We got sources. Yeah, no, I ain't serious.
So when Forbes and they're talking about women, these are statistical analysis that they did some whatever census or whatever they did statistics, and this is what they said. It says 6% of the 100 whatever thousand CEOs, only 6% are women.
Women. Yeah.
Only 6%, and then they say 8% of all the technologists start up, like people are got there, only 8% of them are women. And it said 9%. So this Wikipedia that we always go to and check, only 9% of the thousands of employees they have there are women.
Yep.
And then another one is, it says for voting powers, we only have one-tenth
Wow.
1/10 of voting powers of things that we have to make decisions on the are women. 15% of the people in senior management are women, and then only 15%. And the other interesting thing is, and I think that's where I fall, is say 15% of the leadership role in the clergy. That's why I ran away from being. And 15% are women. So can you imagine? Based on the analysis, we don't even have 50% anywhere.
No, not even
50%,
close.
50% for women anywhere. And then how can we think that, how can men think that this is okay?
We're getting in there little by little, you know. It's we just have to continue to do all of what we're doing and even more, because you know, we probably won't see it in this lifetime, but um it's important to recognize the wins that we've had.
Yes.
For example, let's talk about Africa and women presidents.
Yes.
President Sirleaf,
Somalia.
she was one of the first, right? Even
Yes.
even in the United States, I can't see a woman being president because of
Tanzania, rather. Tanzania.
uh,
Yeah.
you know, even in I'm talking about more developed countries
Yes.
that you would expect them to be progressive.
Yes.
Still not a female president.
Yes.
But Africa, so we have to, you know, magnify the small wins so it becomes the norm, and you know, hopefully we get better and increase those numbers.
Eva?
It's not too long ago where we couldn't vote,
Exactly.
own property.
Mm-hmm.
We were expected to be in the house cooking every day, all day, taking care of children.
Mm-hmm.
So when you really think about it, it's those numbers may seem like it's, small, but from where we were before, and not even CEO, you go and tell a woman back in the 50s that, oh, in so and so years, you're going to be able to be a CEO, of a
Right.
company, or
Okay.
even be in the church and being a minister or a pastor. They will look at you
Right.
like you're crazy.
Right.
So,
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, and it's almost like we said, people don't, and I want to come back to what Agatha said, is sometimes you have to prepare and make your own table. You have to make sure that you are seen at the table. I always explain this story about how the first corporate nurse job I had was working for 80. This facility they had 80 different buildings, 80 different companies, high class. And my first time I went to Ohio, I slept in a hotel with bellsmen. I got downstairs and somebody was carrying my bag upstairs, and I went to the suite. They gave me a seat at the hotel. I went to say, well, in LeBron James can sleep in Cleveland. Went there, but I got there late. And that night when I got there, I don't know if I have explained the story to you, but some people who know me, they know the story. And that's the reason why I tie my head. I got there that night around probably 9 o'clock, and there's a restaurant in the hotel. I went to go order food, and this white lady was there and said to me, oh, I left the tips and the bill on the table.
ooh.
And this is like around, yes, this is in 2014. About 9 o'clock in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, at a hotel that night, and I went to go get some food to go up to my room. And she said, "Oh, I left the bill and tips on the table." And I said, "Excuse me?" And she said, "Yeah." So I'm like, I didn't respond, and I continued to go. But I think she stopped and looked at me because I totally ignored her and walked off. The next morning, when we went together to eat breakfast, she was there, and she recognized me from the night before. And so I could see that she was so embarrassed. And so then, you know how to do this thing, and when you in the they get the glass and they knock it because they want to make an announcement. She said, then she said, I have an announcement to make. And then she was like, she looked in the crowd. I think we're about 68. I specifically remember I counted. We were 68 people. I was the only color girl there. And this was a company that had 80 facilities. And so she said, oh, do you work with us? And then I'm like, yes. And then she was like, what's your name? And I said, Glendy. And she said, Glendy? You're Glendy?
She expected the little witch.
Yes. I said, hey, you see my trouble this woman. I told her, I said, yeah. I said, yes. I kid you not, I say, yes, I'm Glendy. Get in like rock or look what I went in. I said, I'm Glendy.
Look at the mouth.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said, yeah, I'm Glendy. Then she said, oh, ladies and gentlemen, I need to apologize. I need to say something.
Uh-oh.
I am so sorry. She said, last night, she got into a serious storm. Last night I met her down in a restaurant, and I mistook her for the waitress. So it was pretty lady, and I asked her to give her a tip.
She just assumed.
I just assumed. And then so I didn't say anything, and I was like, she said, I'm so sorry.
She reported herself.
Yeah. So when we mind you, the reason why she remembered me, I had started working for this company. I had 8 buildings, and 4 of my buildings that were 1-star had now climbed up to 4. I was invited because they wanted me to come and tell them how it is that I had improved the reimbursement in the facilities. So I was one of the presenters there. So that's how she remembered the Glendy when I got up to talk. Mama.
The English.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is Glendy Jane Jr. That is I had an other name there.
Oh, she can't even
say how you said it.
My name is Glendy.
If you're talking the story, talking good. Yeah, what your half story?
But the short story, I told her, I said, I want to caution you. If this is your habit, not to do it again. You are in 2014. You cannot go anywhere and assume that the Black woman you see in a restaurant should be the waitress.
It's the wait staff.
You can't do that. I said, that's so wrong. I said, I also want to let you know that the English I speak is from Liberia, West Africa. I went to college there. I have my first degree from Liberia, West Africa. I said, now I say, so I'm going to let you slide. But I tell you the reason why I didn't respond to you because I was extremely tired. I was exhausted. I said, but if you catch me now and try that, you're going to regret that. I said, so now let me go to my presentation. But you are forgiven. From that day, when I left from there.
Didn't know that Baza woman.
When I left from there, any meeting they call, I don't care what people there, my head tata.
You put your head on.
I used to wear African clothes to work.
Abi?
See, this is
Don't let my Niger come out.
But that's the thing. It's like I gotta say, you have to make sure people recognize who you are and show off even when they don't want to see you. But that's a little bit about my story.
We all have corporate America stories, so we should have a show for that. And because I've had one where someone said, "You're from Liberia, your English is so good."
Look at you.
I'm like, "Oh, I just learned it when I came here." Is what I told her and passed by her.
I was asking me to call that name. I don't even know that name.
One white lady. She was. I worked for the doctor's office, and I was one of the. We were doing like a medical record system, and they put me in charge of that, and I was also in charge of a department. So the CEO was leaving, and she called me to help them replace her, to get her replacement. So the one white lady that came in, because when they were in their meetings together in the interview, the lady kept calling my name. Oh, Eva, she's great. I want you to meet her. That white woman met me. Oh. Oh, you're black.
No crap.
Women, we're talking about women.
You know, if I do get hired, we're going to have to change some things.
Can you imagine?
Okay. You ain't getting hired just for saying that.
I went right to the woman. She asked me about her. I said, do you know she asked me? She said, she told, I had to sound her way. Do you know she was surprised that I was black? She said she was. She said, no, she can't replace you. She can't replace me.
Not.
And this was a white lady. She never got that job.
Good. But we have
she
a lot of
understand my weight of helping to pick that CEO. She said, I didn't know you were black.
Wow.
But like I got to say, we have so many stories that and what a better time to talk it now when we're talking about women and some of the things that we've gone through. This is the Women's Month. And we're talking today, we're looking at gender equality because the whole theme around celebrating women this month is talking about gender equality. Do we feel that we have equal rights with men? Why do we think it's not equal? But before we continue, we will go into our advertisement. We have something to talk about.
We do, don't we?
We sure do.
Are you waiting on me?
Maybe let me do the video first, and then you can do let me do the ad video first, and then Agatha can go ahead. Now, I hope I upload it. Yes, there we go, folks. This is an amazing new company in Liberia.
Very nice. So we're looking at Media for the Mind. This is a Liberian-owned business in Liberia. So you guys get, the best of both worlds, having someone that's been trained outside of Liberia and moving back to Liberia to establish a business. So they do events, documentaries, podcast production, and you saw a little snippet of their work. I believe I saw another one that was on Facebook. If you follow G Talk in Colloqua, in Colocolo, as she said,
Colo, colo.
you will see some of their work. So they are located in the DB building on Newport Street. You can reach them by email at info@m4tmind.com. And all of this information will be posted on the page. They have a phone number of 213-881-274-124, and then again 231-775-347056. I apologize. I said 213. It's 231. So make sure you check them out. Media for the Mind. I
Yes.
like that name.
I love it. I love it. It means that they're going to do a lot of great work already. And at some point in time in the future, we will be talking to the owner. Like Akata said, we're Liberians. We don't only support Liberians, but we're prime. We want to make sure that we're not only talking about the bad things about Liberia, but we're also talking about the good things, and we're promoting Liberian business people, and whatever thing you're into, we're into you, and we're into promoting you. So at some time in the future, Mr. Warwing Ports, who is the owner of that business, we will be coming to talk to this young man who has now decided to move to Liberia. He loves his country, I guess.
I have to commend him for that. But there was something that I did notice on the flyer that they do. Drone services. Listen, if y'all know me, y'all know I like a party.
Yes.
If y'all having a wedding, y'all better hire him to
Yes.
fly that drone over your event so you can broadcast it. So,
Yes.
to have something of that high quality, something that we take for granted here, because I can look online and find any media company that would do that for me. But to have something like that in Liberia is truly special. So I wish him all the best and looking forward to meeting him here on the show.
All the best,
Yes.
Warwing. We're here. We're here for you. Thank you.
Most
Any
definitely.
I have one more question, but I wanted to see if you all had a burning question that you wanted us to talk about. Anything from you, Eva or Agata?
Oh, you mean us?
Yeah.
No, I got no
Yeah,
question.
any question? Okay, so one last question. We talked about, I think it's almost the same, where we talk about do we think women at the equal amount of women at the table? The other question is do we think that we have equal access to equal opportunity? Um I
You want to go first?
It depends on your location. For me, like I said with my other question, most countries in Africa, Liberia specifically, um, women don't have that access. I mean, here you can work yourself up to being a CEO. You can go start your own business. I mean, it's not that you can't do it back there, but it's more challenging. Um, to me, you do have that access. Now, whether you're going to get it, that's a different thing. But we do have that, path that we can go. We're all not sitting at home knitting and taking care of the children anymore. You got your own business. You and I know there's a statistic out there somewhere where Black women, I think they're the most educated, but don't quote me. But I will find it, and I'll give you the numbers. But we're more educated, and we're have that access to schooling and things like that. So, but in Africa now, that might be a different thing depending on your upbringing and your parents and your environment. Whether girls can go to school. I mean, we're still fighting in Liberia about girls going to school and stuff like that. So that access is still not there.
Agata?
The statistic you're talking about, Eva, I think I read that it's not only Black women, but Black women of African descent. That people, first generation Americans, people like us that migrated here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it breaks it down by country. I think it was Nigeria, and then it goes down the list. Anyway, that's I just wanted to share that. It, for me, it truly depends on exactly what access you're referring to. I was in conversation with a friend today, and we were talking about my experience with how limited some of my I don't even acquaintances here knows about Africa. And it's not of lack of access in this day and age. I'm sorry, I don't buy that women or men or people in Africa don't have access. You can pretty much Google everything. If they can do the Facebook and the Instagram and all that other stuff, they can certainly Google and get information that they need. So for me, technology is key. Once you have access to technology, you should have access to pretty much everything you need to get information on. Now, there is the second fold of this. If the person is willing to get that information, I don't personally believe someone in this United States, be it man, woman, boy, girl, in my case it was a woman, didn't know that Kenya was a country in Africa, didn't know that Africa itself was a continent. So I had to break it down that, yeah, Kenya is a country, Africa is the continent, just like Europe, and you got all those countries, we each got our own president. For me, that was just, wow, you have all of this access to information, but you choose not to educate yourself, not to empower yourself. So for me, I don't think it's lack of access, is people just not wanting to take advantage of the opportunity they have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it reminds me of during the war. It's like so in Liberia during the war, I was in Liberia for all of the war, and I think everybody there was a struggle for survival as it relates to food, as it relates to work and everything. And so everybody more or less was connected to some NGO during the time. And I remember my job, I used to work with WHO, and what I used to do was to sit all day and count how many people would drop food off to, like actually tally. Like sometimes you can't look up to 1,000. And it's almost like not everybody had access to that. And so that was the business of choice at the work of choice at the time. Whether you are doctor or lawyer or whatever coming out of school or in LU or whatever, that's the work you had to do, and that's the only thing we had access to. And if you didn't have access to it, some people didn't have the opportunity to work.
Mhm.
So do we have sufficient access? I doubt it. But whatever we have, we make use of what we have for the time being. But it's like compare Liberia to here. Some people even have the access and don't know how to assess it or to be able to go into it.
Mm.
You don't have you have a lot of access to it, but you don't even know how to go and and get involved in it or get yourself exposed to it. So it can be both ways. What are some of the factors that we can say can be related to why we don't have gender equality? It can be, and what are some of the things, because we want to be able to also join women in the world to say we want to be equal to what men do. We want to have equal rights on everything. We want to not just sit and wait. We want, yes, I mean, we have a lot of assertive women who's not going to sit, you're capable, you're going to do the work. But what can we attribute some of these, the fact that we don't have gender equality to? What factors are contributory to this?
I don't know. I
Go ahead.
personally don't. I don't. I and I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash, but
Like you care.
yeah, I don't really care. But I want to make sure articulate this correctly.
Mhm.
Gender equality for me is, I don't know if I necessarily want that. I want to be a feminist. I want a woman to be able to pick and choose what it is that she wants to do. I'll give you an example. It, I don't want to pump gas. I don't pump gas. I don't want to open the hood of my car and look at the oil and all of that. That's a choice, a personal preference for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
and people say
Yep.
it's when you said gender equality, it's all or nothing. For me, that's why I don't like that term, because I want to be a feminist. I want to have the choice to choose what exactly I want to do and what I don't want to do. I don't want to be equal with a man. I don't want to go, certain. I'm going to say I don't want to stand up and pee. I just don't want to do that. So for me, it's a thin line on when people say gender equality. It's gender equality for me means all or nothing. Feminism for me means the woman gets to choose what it is, and for me, that's better than gender equality. Eva?
I think like what she said, the main word is being able to choose, because for the longest time we were not, women were not able to choose. We couldn't vote. We couldn't own property. Some women were even considered to be property.
Mhm.
So not having that choice to freely live, like in a lot of African countries, they still do the female genital mutilation, all of that. That's not a choice. Um, a lot of Christians, will put biblical context on to, why a woman should be this or a woman should be that, or things
Eden.
like that. But they don't, no, they quote certain parts of the Bible, but don't forget the other parts of the Bible. So, we as women have to be out. Even women weren't even allowed to read at a certain point. So, and this is where giving every girl around the world the choice for even something as we take advantage as education, educate, educating a girl, what they can say, educates a nation, for that choice. So it's a lot of traditional, what is it? What is the word? Patri, whatever they want to call it, what our word is.
Patriarch.
Patriarchal, whatever they want to call
Mhm.
that word,
Patriarch.
that's happening, that, we were always considered to be inferior to men. But as time has gone by, we are showing that we can do just as much. And I agree with Agata. I want pump castle. I want do all the other thing there. I just want to have to be the choice. I still want to be feminine. I still want to be a woman. And my brother, you can mail it. I mean, I
When
like to
was
work because I'm like asking nobody for money. I ain't even care you my mind, my body. I want to ask you for money. So I will make my own money. And another thing is making sure that women have financial freedom, that choice to say, okay, I do want to work, but if I don't work and you're making all the money, I still won't know your bank account no more, the pin no more. I want my own card. I want all the So I can spend some money too when I want to spend it too, or help
yeah.
to, be involved in the finances. So it's about that choice. You want to be a stay at home mom, be a stay at home mom. I want to be a career woman. Allow me to do and be what I want to be, not what
Right.
society wants to be. If me and you are together, let us decide. Let me have a voice in the home or even out of the home.
Absolutely. So let me just say, today, I mean, the research was basically done on Forbes, and then also, there's another magazine I read about something on women, and also, International Women's Side. One of it was interesting. They're saying that the barriers to equal opportunity is number one is, which is they narrow it down to the causes for gender inequality is that we don't have even access to education. Talk about educating the girl. Lack of
Mhm.
employment
Yep.
equality. Like some people, they think because you're a woman you
Yes.
can't do the work. And then they talk about job segregation. This job is only for a man and it's not for a woman. Let the, like Gata say, allow the woman to choose. Yes, I can
Exactly.
do this work, or no, I cannot. And then the lack of legal protection. Some women are not, they feel that they're not protected by the law. If a man does it, maybe he will go. And it always brings it down to, is it people when they talk about cheating? It's okay for a man to cheat, but it's not okay for a woman to cheat. Is if a woman cheats, they'll call her all kinds of stuff. Why are you not calling a man that? And they said the last one is the lack of bodily autonomy. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that you're giving access to your body? What do you mean?
I'm assuming it's giving you the
Oh, like with the
Freedom.
being able to,
female
yeah,
genital
to be
mutilation
able to
and
do
stuff
what
like
you want.
that. Give me that
Yeah,
power over my body. You're telling
yeah,
me I can't have an abortion. You're telling me what to do
right,
with my body. You're telling me I can't have contraceptives. You're telling me I can't do this.
right.
Mhm.
You want me to do with my body what you want me to do. Like,
It's
what was
my
it in the
body.
US? The men that sit in the room and decide what women reproductive laws they're going to
Right.
put in,
Yes.
or stuff like that.
Abortion and other stuff. So now we've talked about, we're almost done. We're talking about the barriers, and these are the things that they say improves gender equality. You want to empower women. You
Yeah.
empower women to do what they want to do. You're
Yes.
gonna have equality. You want to be able to invest in care, and care they mean babysitter. If your wife wants to work, don't just assume that she's going to be a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
Allow her to work. And then also you want to support women leadership. Don't think, I mean, like Agatha and I, we share a common thing where we were leaders of alumni association. It wasn't easy. It's tough. We had to build up a lot of wings to be able to navigate ourselves through that. It's like some people just don't support women leadership, and they say fund women organizations. I mean, if you hear about it, they're trying to promote things, and and the government should be also be able to invest in women organizations so that those are the things that they say promotes equality. I actually really enjoy. I mean, today we're so sophisticated and professional. Good people, good women
Yeah.
today talking good things.
She got me spotted now.
What
Okay, let's
nonsense
talk,
are
Yeah.
the-
let's talk about all the G's now. What's trending?
Go ahead. What's trending? You take over. Take it over.
Been online all day, as my mom can say. I haven't been on the line all day. Oh.
All right. So we're closing with what's trending. Eva, what's trending for you on the page and all over the world?
Oh, I had posted something yesterday, this morning, where this lady, she was saying something to the effect of, okay, here it is. And she's probably a little young girl or something like that. She said, Michael B. Jordan is cute, but doesn't have any edge. He just
I
look, I
saw
don't
that.
know, responsible. He looked
I
like he
saw
know where
that.
his birth certificate at.
What that mean?
She need a
He,
thug. I don't know. I
he
don't know.
doesn't take risk. She's
Oh,
saying
you
Yes.
feel like he's so serious.
for a man of his age, she's hoping or wishing he was a little bit, I call it immature, reckless, living on
Yes.
the edge, doing things, knowing where your
Cheating on her.
where your birth certificate is like a dab. He stores things where they're supposed to be. He does what
He's
he's supposed to
responsible.
do. He pay his taxes, you know. So everybody likes, not everybody, some people like that bad boy, and he's not that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
other people just love nerds, people that are intelligent, people that are mature, people that don't live on the edge. So each
It's
his
sexy to
own.
me.
He's
I
sexy. He fine. Huh?
I don't know enough about him to make a judgment. He seems like a responsible young man.
Yeah. I used to love MJ and that basketball stuff. What else is trending, Eva? You're in the hot
Why you
seat.
keep
The
asking me?
trending
You know,
seat.
you don't be there.
No, last week I got to in the trending seat. What's trending? What else is trending?
Our inner trend is, oh yeah, we talked yesterday.
Trending on the page or trending where now?
On the page in
Okay.
Liberia, this is where we come to the end of the show. What's trending? What do you think we need to? What's trending? Tell your audience.
You know, there
Plenty
was
people
a
running around, beautiful and ugly, talking plenty.
hold on, there was a post that I don't know who posted it, but Barbara commented on it about, oh, what was it about? Something about you don't smoke with your wife, or he's not looking for a wife because you're smoking together with him, you're drinking with him, and you're having plenty sex, so you're not marriage material. I can't remember
Oh,
who
really?
wrote that. Yeah, it
What?
was really, yeah, it was really dumb. Between Kuluba and Barbara, they took care of that, so I just jumped over Eladitwe.
There are a lot of things that's trending in Liberia, of course, the political stuff. We have different things, but we also see that the story about Justice Scott's daughter is also continuing to trend. We talked a little bit about it last week. Still lots of things going on from there. We're hoping that last night around 11 p.m. somebody sent me a text to please share. I think this little, I think 5 or 6 year old boy. I don't know if they found him today.
Yes, I
Which is
read they
great
found
Yes,
news.
they
him.
said they
Yeah.
found him. The one in
Okay, great.
Oro, they
Yes.
found him.
Yes, so
Praise
that's
God.
a good thing.
They
And
found him.
so I think when once somebody share, everybody just started sharing, and that kind of created an
Yes.
awareness. So there's so many things that's
And
trending on the page.
with that in mind, especially in Liberia, there's too many mysterious, disappearances. Parents, I beg you, you gotta walk your child to school, walk your children to school, especially
Yeah.
your little children. Do not let them
Yeah.
just walk far to school, and you know, they can get missing so easily. You know what going on around the country. The election time coming, you know what can happen. So you
They're
please,
looking
I
for
beg you.
sacrifices.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So this really caught my attention. Okay, y'all see the hairy chest.
Ooh,
Evangeline Ramos
I
Smith
don't know who
posted
shared.
that. Listen,
I had to hide that post. I couldn't even look
I
at it.
I
I
know
had to hide it.
I was like
oh,
really.
still a roach. Ah!
How can that be?
Yes, it
How can
looks
that be something that
terrible.
anybody would like?
Can we
Mm-mm.
wax him or something? That
And
was
Lola,
just ooh.
hard jere,
Hot
and
pepper,
willow
It was
pad.
looking
bullet
like
pad.
the way
Yes.
it was rolling that
Terrible.
small. You don't remember growing up, the small chicken people had I was looking at it just.
I
Ew.
saw that thing. I was like, ooh, give me the EBGBs.
So
And
You
go
then
on
will
the
fall
page.
asleep one night. I will get my nair on my feet.
Yep,
Jet plaster all
we're
in his
just
chest.
eating with.
It
So
got to
listen,
go.
folks. Yeah. So go on the page. Of course, we want to invite you to our page. We have a page, GBC, Women with Words. Asking, we're there. Today is Friday Eve. Agatha happiest day, and tomorrow is Eva's work day. And I see
yama,
that there's
yama.
some new people join us today. I see that Kota, Grace Citize, Obadiah. Thank you. I think I'm assuming that this is your first time. I've talked to Kota for he's another young guy who's doing a lot of work. We'll find a time to bring him on. He's doing a lot of graphic designs and other stuff in Liberia. He works in Liberia. So we'll plan a time that we can bring him on. Thank you for watching the show. We'll find a time to bring you on to talk about what you're doing and help promote your business also. Any closing next week guests? We're still waiting. We book people in advance and then we get to them 2 weeks before or 3 weeks before for them to confirm. And it's wait a little bit. Let me think a little bit. So next week guests is a secret, but if they don't show up, we're capable. We're quite capable. Next week, this is the month of March,
Of
as you
women.
see. One of women, so y'all will see a lot of us today. We have on black and red. We might wear purple and green next week. Who knows? So
I will try to find blue. I think
LIB,
I have a sky blue shirt. I will try to find
yeah,
blue.
so we want to do sky blue. I can't tell you that pumping business.
Yeah, I'm
Our
not pumping
business.
this. If you see me
Wow,
pump that by
wow,
mistake,
look at my sky blue
listen,
glass
So
now.
they that mistake.
I'll be in the middle.
that mistake. Hold
But you
on.
want why now?
Okay,
Say
hold on.
why.
Let me say this real quick.
What you gonna
LIB with two country devil.
say?
Where did he go before he said if we miss him?
I saw that thing. I just jump over it.
You draw one like this way?
I just jump over it. I saw he got tagged me
But
asking
he
you
hasn't been active on the page.
But who know
He
who
used to be
you know
very
who he
active.
is? You know who he is on that? You know who he is under the devil clothes? Do we know who he is?
I told he said I don't speak to devil, but here's the funny thing: he claims that he knows me. He knows me well. Anyhow,
That's what he said to me.
Oh, really? It's probably
I don't know
somebody
who
we
he
know
is,
all
but
the time.
I've talked to him.
He I haven't spoken to him because he doesn't want me to hear his voice. He said I will recognize it if I hear his voice. But he has been active on this page for a long time and very engaging. And he's right. For a while I didn't see him, but it didn't click.
So probably in Facebook jail.
I know,
He
right?
always writing something.
Yes, he was always writing something.
You other jail, Papa. No, my next time we'll look for a lawyer to come for you for in jail.
You call us for bail. You didn't call us.
Yeah. But also to just to somebody is one of our audience is talking about today. The reason why I have on Black Girls, I was in solidarity with the women in Liberia, women of Liberia today, march today. So I wore mine on a black. I'm not there. We are women. We want to be supportive to different causes. Sometimes we don't understand. We may not get the results we need, but it's always important to find yourself identifying with causes that will promote a safer Liberia. Absolutely. So we're here. We thank you for watching. Like we said, we advertise Warren Port's business. We'll be talking to him pretty soon. Next week, guys. This is a month of March. We will talk about any. And if you're a woman out there and you want to come on this show, please let us know. I mean, let us know, and we will bring you on to sit down. You won't come join Eva myself because next we were looking wearing sky blue or I got that wearing way. You won't come where we can sit down because nobody know where Michael and Michael. We hope you're doing fine wherever you are.
Michael no. I think Michael is focused on Liberia. That's why I saw him every few days. That's why he That's why I saw him.
I think it's scheduled for work. I think Thursday he works. But anyway, thank you folks for watching. We had a good show today. We'll be back next week. If y'all let us know how the show was today. Y'all like us like this serious or y'all like us colloquial language.
But we're switching back and forth now.
Yeah, we're good. You're good. Yeah. We're good. We're getting very comfortable. Don't forget the month of this year, we have to celebrate our second anniversary. We're planning to go somewhere, so we want to do it soon. Eva is in charge of that. Last year she was in. So Eva, please, we're making this public notice now, or please plan something. It doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be in September, but you need to start planning now for us to celebrate our second anniversary. We did it in November, right? Last year, was it November?
Did we do it at all?
I thought it was October. When went to DC?
That was November.
Oh,
November 11th.
Yeah. You see now, and I already forget.
And we went
so where we go this year?
Well, you will tell us now where we're going.
Anyway,
really?
Let's
go to Florida.
That would be lovely.
She came to us, so let's go there.
Yeah, we can go to her. She will find an area, find a nice area for us to go to. That woman, the woman I reached.
I'm cooking. Y'all better not go where they get like bread food.
Well, we need like bread food. Hold up.
No problem, I left cookie.
When we went to DC, what did like bread food? We don't want to carry pursuit to the people restaurant.
But everyone went to the high table.
Yeah, but that's the high table. This time we'll go find someone else. We're going to Florida.
I will cook. I put me for the cooking committee. Let her be the planning committee.
Yes.
I will be the planning committee. I'll be the cooking committee.
Okay, let's have a country cook. We'll have a country cook right in my backyard.
Yeah, we're good. We're coming to Florida.
Love it.
Yeah, have a country cook.
Joseph, get ready for us. So we coming.
I will go away. He will not be here.
I will have that cigar.
I get one humidor here, 100 cigar in the come.
Good. Yes, see, this is where the show ends, my people. We got a lot of cheese. I got to be busy. We got to fill it in with all the cheese. We're going to be
yes. Let me tell you, I should just cut it off right in the middle and we have to come to this.
We're ready to cheese before the show now. We're coming to say, but you're all the ugly people that are passing my work.